Hey, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. Today's video is a tip. It's a cruise tip. How to not gain weight on a cruise. I have been on several cruises anywhere from 3 to 8 days, and I have never gained any weight. Well, maybe I've gained a little bit, and that was water retention. Usually ships' foods seem to be, they're very, very tasty and they're delicious. And I think they're very high in salt and sodium. And so, when I get off the ship after our voyage, I feel like I'm puffy. But within 24 hours, I am back down to my normal weight. So, I don't really consider that as weight gain, as more that it is water retention. Okay, so as I grew up, I was always a pretty small person. I was very active. I grew up in Florida, and so I was outside all the time. We had a pool. I was swimming, and I also grew up taking dance lessons, and so I was very, very active. I am 5'4", and when I went out to college, for the most part, I weighed about 100 pounds. So I was pretty small, but again, I was on the dance team and all. Now, when I first went out there, my very first year, I went out in January. I left the sunny state of Florida with 80-degree weather, and I arrived in Idaho, and it definitely was not 80-degree weather, and there was a ton of snow on the ground, and that was something that I had not been familiar with. My body kind of went into a little shock, and I gained about 15 pounds within 6 weeks. I think maybe my body was thinking that it was going into some type of starvation mode, and I don't know if that's true, but that's kind of how I feel. But the very next summer, I went home. I was able to get that weight off, and then the next year when I went out, I auditioned for a dance team there, which I was able to make, and I swam every day, and I went back to my activity. So notice activity is a very important way to keep weight off, and that's the same thing with cruises. There are two things for cruises that help to keep the weight off, and I'm going to first start, since I've already mentioned movement, moving. I never take the elevators, partially because I have claustrophobia and I don't like them, but mainly it's because I'm moving, and a lot of times we may be on deck 2 or 3, and Lido may be on deck 9, 10, or 11. So that's a lot of flights of stairs to go up. And a lot of us can't do it. And, I live in a low altitude area. And so, my lung capacity is probably not what it should be. And I have to stop sometimes. But I will take those stairs every time rather than take the elevator. Another thing is I walk the track. I try to do that every day. Now, some days, if we take long excursions, I don't get the opportunity to walk the track outside, but I kind of feel that I've got my steps in that day, because usually with the excursions we take are pretty active. We may snorkel or go kayaking, or we've gone to ruins before, and there's a lot of walking around. So, that's staying active. If you want, you don't have to go outside and walk. They do have treadmills inside, and they have a gym and all kinds of different things that you could use. They also have different classes you can take. I have taken their yoga class. I was not too impressed with that. I'll just have to say that. The yoga instructor that we had was not a yoga instructor. I could tell he had no clue what he was doing. So I don't know what was up with that, because I actually had to pay for it. And if I'm going to pay $12 for a yoga class, I want a yoga instructor that knows what they're doing. Other things on the ship that you can do that will keep you active: the slides, the rope courses, putt-putt. There's all kinds of things to do. And even just exploring the ship, walking around. Just keep moving. Keep those bones going. All right. So that as far as movement. Now we're going to talk about the food. The food is very good, and it is in abundance. You have a 24-hour pizza bar. You have a 24-hour ice cream machine. You've got drinks I don't drink, but I know a lot of people do drink, and you can drink to your heart's content, and there's a lot of calories in alcohol. A lot of people buy their what they call a soda card. Again, I don't drink sodas. I mainly drink water, but that's a lot of calories. Now, that being said, I do have an occasional virgin pina colada. Because I have cruised so often, I do have a coupon that they give. I'm considered a gold on Carnival, and so I have a little coupon that I redeem for a free pina colada, and it's always virgin. And sometimes I may splurge and have another one throughout the cruise. But I don't load up on a lot of caloric drinks, and that's really, really important. Something else I don't load up on is food. I always have to have a pizza, and they usually give you 2 big pieces of pizza. I ask them for 1 big piece of pizza, and then maybe I'll go have a salad or something. Or if it's just a snack, you don't need any more than that. I do have my ice cream. I love ice cream, but I don't have ice cream. I have a small cone of ice cream. I see people a lot who they order 2 and 3 entrees in the dining room. I don't think that's very smart idea when it comes to trying to keep your weight down. I order 1 entree, and a lot of times in our group, everybody will order something different, and then we'll try off of each other's plates. And because I know sometimes you'll see something, you might want to try this and that and this, and so how do you do that? Well, in your group, you have everybody order something different, and then you share. One other tip too, some of the entrees actually come as appetizers. So if you wanted to have maybe 2 different things, ask for appetizer sizes, and you can get 2 of those, 2 smaller sizes. I always have dessert. My favorite dessert is the chocolate melting cake. I try not to have that every night, but if it's not key lime pie or cheesecake, it's chocolate melting cake, and I'm sure to have that. At lunch, I have dessert also. They always have some type of a cheesecake there. So I don't overindulge, but I do indulge. For breakfast, I like to go to the dining room and sit down and eat. I like their Eggs Benedict. If you order their Eggs Benedict, you get 2. I ask for 1, and then I have a banana. I think it's important that bananas or fruit, they keep your potassium up. And if you're going to be walking the stairs or the track or whatever, and you're not used to it, you need to keep your energy level up. And the right type of food will help that. Let's see what else I got. Water with lime is something that I love. And I know a lot of people use lemon, and some people don't put anything in there. But I drink a ton of water. Now that helps to keep me flushed out a little bit. I think that if I didn't drink so much water, that and this doesn't really make sense, but it's true. The salt content that I do get from the food will cause me to retain my water more if I was to drink Cokes or whatever. And I think that's pretty much it. One thing about the Lido, the buffet, they have really good food there, but I don't know about you, but I want to try this and this and this and this. And so in order for me to not fill up on a bunch of stuff that I don't need, going to the dining room does help. Besides, you get waited on. That's really nice. I hope these tips help you. We have 82 days till our cruise, and so I will probably be putting some more tips between now and then. And after we get back from our cruise to Cozumel, Belize, Roatan, and Costa Maya, I will be doing a review. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.